The Northwoods, with all its snow and winding trails through the woods, creates a perfect environment for sled dog racers to thrive.
And joining us now is Dan Bocock, president of the Wisconsin Trailblazers Sled Dog Club. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes. So Dan, what got you into dog sled racing to begin with?
Well, it's somewhat of an interesting story. I'm going on my 10th year now of dog or sled racing, and it actually started off at a duathlon in Marshfield. I met my wife, Eileen Baum, and her sister, Nina, and at the end of the race, I asked them to go to lunch with myself, and they introduced me to dog sledding. They actually said, hey, we've got races coming up in the fall. Would you like to try canocrossing? So we went to a race that was called the Dirty Dog, which is here in the state of Wisconsin, and I tried canocrossing for the first time. The dog didn't necessarily want to participate with me as much as I thought it would, but I got hooked. So ever since then, we've just been, going every single year, traveling all over the Midwest, and my son and my wife and all of us get to participate in it, so it makes it a true family sport.
That's so amazing. And so the sled you brought with, how many dogs can pull it, and how would someone go about maneuvering it? Because it looks, I've never seen a dog sled in person before, so it looks very contraption-y. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is a Dandler Hornet. These are made over in Europe, so we actually had this shipped in 2 years ago. But anyway, you can run anywhere from 2 dogs up to an open class team, which could be up to 12 dogs off of it.
Wow.
So my son runs a 2-dog team off of it, my wife runs a 4-dog team off of it, and then I run our 6-dog team off of it.
Yeah, and we saw you carrying this in with one arm. It must be light, but if there was a team of 10 or 12 dogs pulling you, my goodness, it would whip you around.
It does. It's partially made out of carbon fiber, and then we use all kinds of waxes for the skis, just like any skate skier does. But maneuvering the sled around the trail, it's all in how you lean, you posture yourself. It's fairly, agile. You can go from side to side.
Wow. The whole thing bends.
The whole thing bends. And so, like, if you're a downhill skier, how you're cutting and stuff, it's the same essential thing through the corner. You want to cut through the corner so that you're following right behind your wheel dogs, which is the first dogs in front of the sled. And then it takes any pressure that you're pulling out from underneath them, so they just continue to have their speed go through the corner.
Wow, there's so many similarities to downhill skiing. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, so what races are currently happening around the Northwoods if people want to come out and see this in action?
Well, we're lucky here in Wisconsin. With the Wisconsin Trailblazers Sled Dog Club hosts 3 winter races. We also have other races that are hosted on private, properties or other folks. So coming this weekend, we're up here racing in Gleason, Wisconsin.
Well, that's just down the road.
Yeah, it's called the Doris Levine Memorial Race. It's an inaugural race to celebrate her past in the sport. And then the following weekend is in Wausau, and it's called the Round Barn Rally. So it's at the Round Barn, just outside of Wausau. And then the weekend after is, of course, the well-known now Heel Creek Dog Sled Race here in Rhinelander, Wisconsin.
Yeah, that was a great event last year we had here in Rhinelander.
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
And then who or what are some of the organizations that have helped make the Northwoods just a great place for the sport to thrive?
Well, this weekend, the Sinowski family, Ben Sinowski and his family farm is actually the one that has put up for the race site to help with us. We've got Keith Omernick with Cannonball Sports Rigs that they make their own rigs here in Wisconsin, and he's also our groomer for most of our races. In Rhinelander here, there is several businesses. The support that we get from this community is unreal, and we truly appreciate it. For Wausau, we have Shear Construction. They're branched there, and they're the title sponsor then for the Round Barn Rally.
Gosh, it sounds like a lot of community members and organizations just coming together, really wanting to see this happen.
Yeah, we really enjoy having the folks come out and watch. I think last year at Rhinelander, that was the most people we've ever seen at a race. Yeah. I think people enjoyed it. Of course, the local brewery made a Mushers Brew, and that went down fairly well throughout the race day.
From personal experience, it was a great Mushers Brew they had there at the dog race.
Yes, I think they're coming up with 4 of them this year. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure we'll have them on as that race gets closer as well. Yes. So something to look forward to here.
Yes, so yeah, thank you for having me here this morning. It's always a pleasure to come out and share about our sport.
Absolutely, and I mean, people at home, they should definitely come out, see the events this week over in Gleason, the following weekend in Wausau, and then 3 weekends away right here in Rhinelander.
Yeah, that sounds...
Yeah.
They can come out and see the dogs.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you again so much for joining us
thank you again for having me.
And then coming up, we have What's Trending, including